You on what? Solo one, Logan. You can still get started.
No, Hogan's Heroes.
Okay. Just some last minute things, folks, as is our way with the Common Council sometimes. Okay. I'm going to start. I imagine we'll have some Commissioner Deeds, but Councilor Caldwell.
Thank you, Councilor Hogan. Blessings to all. I have Mr. Abbott. Deputy Commissioner Mr. Abbott will be here. I have items 9 through 12.
Good afternoon, Council. Chris Abbott, Deputy Commissioner, Syracuse Parks and
Chris,
Recreation.
can I have just a little humor for today? You know, changes, good atmosphere here. How long you been at Parks?
Been in Parks, I think, 22 years now.
That's awesome. Yeah. I saw a picture of you just recently the other day, and it was like,
Thank you. Yeah.
I remember, right?
A lot of great experiences.
Yes, thank you. Thank you,
areas.
Mr. Abbott. Okay, back to
Thank you.
number 9.
But we are here to present item 9. It's an agreement with Laura Reeder, an artist, to facilitate a public art environmental youth and community program. It's part of our after-school programs. It's an
Awesome.
amount not to exceed $900, part of a grant that was previously approved by this council.
Awesome. Any questions? Item 10?
All right, items number 10 and 11, I'm going to invite our arborist, Steve Harris.
Good
Favorite
afternoon,
tree guy.
councilors. Steve Harris, City Arborist. Item 10
We're going to have a committee
is
meeting Monday.
to amend a grant award that we received from the Department of Environmental Conservation to get more money from them than we originally request permission to apply for. That is passed through from the U.S. Forest Service, the Inflation Reduction Act. So we don't know what is going to happen, but if it does come back to life, then we want to be in the position to accept the increased dollars.
Thank you, Steve.
Almost exclusively to prune trees.
Thank you. Any questions? Okay.
Item 11 is permission to apply for up to $3 million to do natural areas forest restoration, which would involve removing invasive species and replanting native trees, much like we've been doing at Schiller Park and along Onondaga Creek Walk. And that is with Department of Environmental Conservation, no federal monies involved.
Another grant. Thank you. Thank
Okay.
you. Any question?
And we have item number 12, an agreement with Barks and Rec LLC for a contract to provide shelter services, basic veterinary care, vaccinations, et cetera, for all dogs dropped off by the City Dog Control and the Police Department for the annual period, January 1st through December 31st, 2025, in an amount not to exceed $100,000.
Thank you. Anybody, any fellow colleagues have any questions? Thank you, Mr. Abbott.
Thank you, Council.
Deputy Commissioner. Hogan, we're all set.
Councilor, who's got Councilor Majuk's items? You do?
Thanks,
Councilor?
Counselor. Counselor Majoke has item 13 and 14. Hi, Chief.
Hello, I'm Michael Monza, Fire Chief. Item number 13 is to appropriate a request from the council to get money to upgrade our communications equipment, handheld portable radios, and to upgrade our 911 alerting system equipment in the firehouses. And number 14, we want to reallocate money we had in some older capital accounts. We got a grant for a fire safety trailer that we're going to be taking around to the community, teaching people fire safety, children, and all different demographics of our city. We need a vehicle to tow that trailer, and this money's being reallocated for that, and I'm asking your permission for that. Does anybody have any questions? Okay.
Counselor, we're going to hold 15.
Okay, thank you.
I had a question, not about any of these, but did you guys ever get last year you asked for like the uniforms, you were getting new uniforms because of the date, the wear on them?
Regarding the cancer,
Yes.
oh yes, we did get those uniforms. Everybody was switched out of the old, they had PFAS in them, which are cancer-causing substances. So, yep, everybody's in cancer-free uniforms.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Chief. We'll hold 15.
15's being held, okay? Thank you, Counselor. Counselor Paniagua.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you, Richard. I have items 16 and 17, and you will address them both, right?
Good afternoon, Council. Rick Elsever, Director of Human Resources. Item 16 is an amendment to the PROACT agreement. We underestimated our spending by about $150,000 for 2024, so that's a correction so that we can pay the end of 2024 and be caught up for 2025. And number 17, any questions on PROACT?
Go ahead.
Okay. Number 17 is an agreement with Image Integrator. That's to keep our microfiche. We have a bunch of old files that we still use microfiche for, and this is to maintain that machine so we can continue to look at our historical files.
Any questions?
Make sure we got this right. So, we just increased it to 150 for finish out the 2024.
Correct.
25, we're not extending it to anything.
Correct.
We're not extending it past 2020 to do anything.
Correct. Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is that a counselor?
That's it.
Counselor Gathers.
Thank you, President Pro Temp. I have items 18 through 26. Mary, take it away. For item 18, I know we were going to possibly discuss about having a committee meeting in regards to this, but if you have any updates or anything like that that you want to send.
No, I don't have any updates. I think we're pretty much ready to schedule that committee meeting. We've been rewriting the ordinance, and we're almost completed. Rephrasing it because it's got very old language, and it's been a large effort, which law has been a huge help.
And then you have item 19 as well?
Item 19 is authorizing an agreement with Fisher Associates for the Regional Transportation Center Regional Market Area Mobility Improvements Project. This is the preliminary cost for a cost not to exceed $294,000, or not the preliminary cost, preliminary engineering phase, not to exceed $294,000. This is a TIP project where we receive 80% reimbursement. We don't get the Marchicelli because it's only pedestrian and bike improvements, and Marchicelli only funds roadway improvements. And this is using a different fund source of the TIP called the Carbon Reduction Program, so it may be part of the President's federal pause. But we want to proceed and have an agreement in place, and we wouldn't authorize notice to proceed until we knew the funding was secure.
Can you be specific, where in regional market? Are you talking about the area around it? Meet the streets?
It would be within our right-of-way, pedestrian and bike improvements within the city right-of-way on Hiawatha Park and any others.
Okay, make it more accessible for street
Yes.
crossing?
Yep.
Okay,
And bike also.
okay, thank you.
Okay, any questions on items 18 and 19? Do you have
Thank
20
you.
as well, or no?
Nope.
Water Department. For item 20?
Good afternoon, councilors. Vinny Scipione, Director of Digital Services. For item number 20, it's an request for application and potentially to enter into an agreement with the Nature Conservancy if we're successful with an application that's related to resiliency planning and a water infrastructure monitoring system. I'm coming to you today because I'm helping coordinate this effort with our engineering department and our planning and sustainability team as well. We have a system that currently utilizes a couple sensors along the Onondaga Creek to monitor water level, and we would be looking to utilize this grant to expand that effort. There's a couple other waterways throughout the city of Syracuse that we would like to also monitor. So Digital Services being the entity that's coordinating the technology aspects of that. We're looking to just, again, expand on an existing system that we currently have with a few additional sensors, and that'll ultimately allow them to have better insight into the activity on that stream related to flooding, so on and so forth.
Thank you. Any questions on item 20?
Where's the origination? Where's the money coming from?
The Nature Conservancy is the name of the nonprofit.
Oh, they're nonprofit?
Yeah.
And they get funding from where, you know?
I can get that answer for you.
Yeah. The federal government might be out of luck.
I
I'm
would,
just
yeah.
wondering about that.
Don't,
Okay, good, good. We'll pray, I guess.
Thank you. Item 21 is just a amend to correct and include the term recyclables within the amendment that we passed for the fines of the 90 days extension. So there's no changes to that, just the update with recyclables. 22, you have that one?
22?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
So this is about our sidewalk snow removal program. This is an inter-fund transfer from the sidewalk pot of money to fund additional operations for this winter. We have had a very snowy winter. We've deployed, I believe in the letter there, 14 times already. We still have another month or two to go. Just as a comparison, in the prior years, we deployed 10 years and 10 years and 13 years in the past 3 years of this system being functional. We ask our contractors to go out when there's 3 inches of snow. So we've had about 2 feet of snow more this season than we had in prior years, but there's been a lot of events of 3 inches here and there. So that 14 number in the back of the book was as of the writing of the letter. I believe that's up to 16 now. In addition to that, the mileage of the program has increased pretty significantly since its initial funding. At its beginning year, it was 100 miles. Now it's at 143 miles as we expand to schools and hospitals and community centers and things like that.
If you can, could you give a map or an update to the council? Just
A map?
Yeah, about
Sure,
the
yeah,
mileage.
there's a map. If you go, so you know the snow plow map that shows when your street was last plowed, there's a link there. You can see the sidewalk network as well, and I'll forward that to the council after this.
Thank you.
Great.
Also, is there clearing in certain areas more than other areas? Or is it everywhere just gets like one
Everywhere
clear
in
on
the
day?
program gets a full pass whenever there's 3 or more inches of snow.
So we increased every year, and as you patiently explained to me and yourself and Ms. Dunham regarding the money originally comes from the sidewalk fund.
That's correct. This is just an intra-fund
But
transfer.
we got different pots of money inside the sidewalk.
Correct.
fund, So, okay.
Any other questions?
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, is Rich coming up or? Is Mr. Retired?
Yeah. 23 and 24 is our capital purchases for the DPW this year. And then there's a list of equipment and what it's been replacing and everything like that. And then 25 and 26 are the purchases through the recon, which 25 and 26 is fully reimbursable from the state.
Perfect. The years on our vehicles were pretty current, right? I know you've been working on getting that.
9 to 10 years. There's
Okay.
only a couple of that are 9 years old. We're still going back, try to keep everything 10 years.
Perfect.
There's still quite a few old pieces of equipment we're still using, but we're going to turn them over now.
Okay.
That we still have the state funding to turn them over, so we're going to replace them while we
Absolutely.
can.
Any questions on 23 and 24? 25? Okay. 26 is
26 is with it.
with it? Okay, all right. Hearing no questions, we'll be all set with those items. Thank you, Rich, appreciate it. If you want to continue, we got. 27 through 29, you want
Yes.
to tag it, or what do you want to do?
Yes. Sarah, why don't you just explain this? Well, we had a committee meeting earlier on this. I think we're under somewhat of a timeline here too, correct?
Yeah, good afternoon. Sarah Walton with NBD. As you said, we had a committee meeting on items 27 through 29 earlier today. Item 27 is an agreement to allow the city to enter into with New York State Empire State Development so that we can receive some grant funds that were allocated through Governor Hochul's commitment to the East Adams Transformation Plan. In the packet, it outlines what those funds would be used for. 28 then would be an agreement with McCormick Barron Salazar. We're doing this in partnership with the Department of Engineering to pay for some pre-development expenses, including a NEPA that needs to be complete by May of this year to meet some deadlines. And that would allow us to accelerate phases 1 through 3 of the development to revitalize part of the East Adams neighborhood.
So this $2 million will go to the SECRA as far as NEPA, what they call the federal
That's right.
thing. Okay. Any questions from my counselors? I'm going to call these ready, 27, 28, 29. We'll go to 30. And 30 through Commissioner OJ. 34, right.
Good morning, Councilors. Matt OJ, Commissioner of Assessment. We'd like to request that 30 through 34 be held.
We're going to hold, but we're going to have a meeting 10 o'clock on Monday morning. I'd like to. Oh, that's right. Let's do 10.
Sorry, I'm related to the appraisal. I'm in trial that morning. So,
well, I think.
I mean, if I'm not integral, that is fine without me, but I won't be there.
Yeah,
Good.
it's different. We're going to need to probably have an open meeting so the public's aware of what the issues are surrounding these items.
Beautiful.
So 10, so
34 hold, right?
10:30? Yeah. We'll go from, no, we already had leadership. 10, so 30 through 34 we'll hold for.
Deputy Mayor, could you make contact with SHA and have them be here too?
Yeah. Thank you very much. Okay. So we'll go 10:30 Monday morning. 35 is special permit. Anybody here? We're gonna, never mind if you're coming up, hold it for a committee meeting. Councilor Williams is, Councilor Manto?
Thank you, Councilor Hogan. Councilor Williams has 36 through 38.
Oh, 38 would be an executive session, right?
Yeah, 38 will be executive session. 36 and 37. That you, Michael?
I'm 37, but I think you guys have been holding 36.
We're going to hold 36. 37.
So 37 is an agreement?
No. 30, wait a minute. Who, Cho said we're holding 36.
Corey, Councilor Williams. We might be okay by Monday.
Corey said we're holding it. So, Corey Driscoll, sorry, 1 second. Could you get up and just talk about what 36 is so we have it on the.
Afternoon, councilors. Corey Dunham, Chief Administrative Officer. So 36 is related to equipment. I know that, and I'd be happy to provide council details. I know that there have been questions, about the city's purchase of software, but this is really generally hardware, desktops, cameras. Again, I'd be happy to provide council more details, but if the council is amenable to approving that, then we can hopefully keep up with our hardware needs while we, have a separate conversation through the independent audit about software.
I think it's pretty.
We'll talk to him between now and Monday.
That sounds
Yeah,
great.
I just wanted to make sure you explained to. what
I
it
appreciate
is.
it, Counselor. Thank you.
You all set? 36, 37?
Yeah,
38?
37.
Hi, Mike Canizero, Commissioner of Finance. So 37 is an agreement with Central City Data Services to provide maintenance of cost accounting systems services. So the city's main two cost accounting systems relate to labor, so that's payroll, and payments to vendors and suppliers, so that's accounts payable. Payroll is performed in AS400, while accounts payable takes place in PeopleSoft. I'm requesting these services to help with maintenance work in the AS400, as well as meeting the current needs of the city in regards to our standing operating procedure in both these areas. Central City Data Services is a single-member LLC owned by Trevor Grant. Trevor is a former city employee, which significantly lessens the learning curve when it comes to city operations, as well as knowing the appropriate individuals involved in our finance processes. The goal of utilizing these services is to improve our financial processes by reducing manual input, improve the accuracy of our financial reporting and compliance. The specific deliverables the city will be receiving. Integration interface with enhanced reporting from AS400 to the New York State and local retirement system, NYLERS. NYLERS mandated enhanced reporting that this transition take place by January 1st, 2024. Here we are in 2025. So we started this validation process with NYLERS in October, and we are still planning to move forward with that. The next deliverable will be creating a time upload file to AS400 so hours can be easily entered, validated, and audited. This will be based on paper timesheet information in the short term and SWC Chronos and telestaff hours in the near term. The next deliverable will be automating the direct deposit file upload process to our bank website. In the current state, this file is manually generated, signed, and uploaded. I know we do incur some overtime hours if we're running payroll late, so this, automatically run this at 8 p.m. each night. We will not incur those overtime hours. And then the last deliverable would be creating a positive pay file from AS400 to be uploaded to the bank website. Positive Pay is a fraud prevention tool that matches checks presented for payment with a list of authorized checks. We currently have this fraud prevention tool on our accounts payable checks, but not our payroll checks. So we're looking to, up our game in fraud prevention on payroll. Any questions?
We're aware you need this. We got the budget season coming up, and we got to make sure our finances are in correct order, so.
Appreciate that.
I am gonna ask, I'm totally aware of it too, but is there a reason why we waived the IFP process?
Really timing, because of his experience, he was an employee here for 2 years. His hourly rate for these services is gonna be $90 an hour. If you look at some of the other external IT consultants out there, they're charging $150 to $200 an hour. So he's being incredibly amenable with us. He has taken a new full-time job. So, this will be a part-time role with him that will be incurring about 15 to 20 hours a week. He will be reporting directly to me. I will be signing off on all the payments to Trevor. Okay.
Any other questions?
Thank you.
Okay. 38, what's executive session for 38, Counselor? Counselor, 38?
30 is executive session.
Executive session, we're doing this right afterwards, right? Okay. Okay, Counselor Jones-Rauser.
Thank you, Pro Temp. I have items 39 through 47. Michelle?
Good afternoon, councilors. Michelle Spansky, Deputy Commissioner of Neighborhood Development. Items number 39 and 40 are companion pieces. We're requesting to transfer funds related to University Neighborhood Services grants that were authorized in fiscal year 22-23 and 23-24. There's a handful of agencies that we had that had performed services during those respective program years and were either experiencing transitions within their leadership or were affected by an agency that was acting as a fiscal sponsor for them that went through a transition. So while typically we would be working with agencies to make sure that things are submitted as timely as we can so that we don't have to do this, in this circumstance, we feel like the best thing we can do is continue to process these as the services were properly performed. So, any questions? All right. And then items 41 and 42 were also similarly related. So there are two instances in which we are requesting to waive the RFP process to enter into agreement with home headquarters and housing visions respectively for a set of properties that they are looking to do lead remediation on. Typically our process for lead grants is that we will do an RFP process either through relationships that we have with the county where they're managing that process on our behalf, or the city ourselves would be running that process. In this very specific circumstance with the timing of where we're at transitioning from our HUD grant to strictly ARPA funds, we feel like the best way that we can kind of continue to move the ARPA related lead dollars and allow this work to continue at these properties that are owned by affordable housing developers that have significant experience doing the construction work, we feel comfortable proceeding with entering into agreement with them. They'll be held to all the same standards that we would normally look for in terms of clearance reports and things of that nature.
But these properties are also properties within their portfolios, correct?
Correct. Yes, these are all their existing portfolios. They're all existing affordable housing that we feel like is important to continue to preserve and maintain to quality condition.
And that work includes exterior, possibly?
Copy to the council of exactly what's in the scopes. It depends on the specifics of each property, but I'm happy to provide that information.
Any questions?
Thank you.
Hello again. We'd like to request council authorization to amend Ordinance 206 of 2024. This was an ordinance authorizing the conveyance of 607 Park Street to the land bank. Subsequent to the passage of that ordinance, the house was demolished, so the physical description needs to be changed from wood house to a vacant lot.
So it is vacant?
It has been demolished, yeah, as of September, I think.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you, Matt.
Good afternoon, councilors. Kamone Jordan, Director of Housing and Neighborhood Planning. So items 44, 45, 46, and 47 were items that were held from the last meeting.
And items 44, 45, and 46 will continue to be held. 47 is good to go forward.
Has there been any success in outreach?
I've been sick, so I didn't do my one. Rashida is
Yes.
doing hers. Yeah.
Thank you.
And she actually drove by my one, but didn't stop, so. So, next week.
Thanks, councilors.
48, Councilor Manzo.
We'll continue to hold 48, thanks.
Okay. Thank you, everybody. Motion adjourned?
So moved.
Oh, no, we got executive session.
Motion for executive session. Joe just said motion for executive session.
So moved.
So moved.